This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to episode 63 of Marbella with him. Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez, I think. And you are?
And she is. Oh, let's start.
That's ridiculous. You started really squeaking. Hello, welcome to... Take 2.
This podcast may contain strong theme... Oh, Hello and welcome to episode 63 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray.
Well done.
Thank you.
We won't tell anybody that that's about a 53rd take.
Yeah, okay, thanks, yeah. So a lot of people say, do you listen back to yourself on the radio? And I don't as much as I did at the beginning. And I probably should do, because it's handy listening back to the podcast, because we always, not together necessarily, but we always listen back to our podcasts. And I noticed quite early on that last week I said fabulous like a million times.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's obviously my word of the moment. And because everything's so fabulous. So I've got to think of a different word, like great.
Fabulous.
No, what else? What else? Like fabulous, amazing, stupendous. That sounds stupid, doesn't it?
That does sound a bit sort of 1980s retro type of wording.
Amazing, fabulous.
Fan-dabby-dozy.
Oh no, that sounds like something from, what's it called? The Flintstones.
No, that was actually...
Yabba dabba doo!
No, Fan-dabby-dozy, I'm sure lots of people listening will know it, was from... What were they called? It was the guy and
really
the really short woman that was dressed as a little boy.
Oh, the British comedians.
Yes.
When she was, yes. Oh, the Crankies.
The Crankies.
The Crankies.
That was it. And that's what she used to say, fan-dabby-dozy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. Oh, well, I don't want to say that then. So I'll try and think of alternative words. I did 4 exercise classes this week, and I am proud of myself.
Fabulous.
Oh, stop it. Because I never do 4 exercise. I've been impressed with 3, but I did 4 because I did an extra Pilates class on Saturday because they were offering some cheaper classes because they had a new teacher that they were trying out, and she was great. I not so much. But yeah, 4 classes, 2 Pilates, 1 body combat and 1 spinning.
And how do you feel?
Great.
Keep it up then.
I know.
I expect more from you next week.
How are you doing exercise-wise?
I expect more from you next week.
I had the day off work on Wednesday because I did a talk at Grapevine Ladies Luncheon Club organised by Cindy Barnes. The club's been going for many years and it's a lovely group of ladies, really, really nice. And they have interesting speakers and then they had me.
And some interesting speakers,
exactly.
You said. Yes. Yeah.
So I've been on before talking about radio, my career in the radio, although it was many years ago now. And this time was talking about the India trip. And each time I talk about it in detail and kind of relive it, it makes me realise how epic it was.
Oh, yeah. And didn't you see somebody post from the group? They were doing a talk about it somewhere. And you could see in the background all the women getting emotional as they were reliving it again.
Yeah, so it's the big retreat festival, which one of the ladies who went to Goa organises, and lots of the girls have gone there, and some of them are speaking, and there's been Darren Goffers there. I saw Rick Parfitt Jr., his band were playing there. Like, it's a big event. It looks amazing. It looks great fun. The location looks fabulous as well. And it's family as well. People have brought their kids. It's a big family weekend event. And yeah, the 2 organisers of the Goa trip were doing a talk about it, and there were 4 women who were at the event that were all cuddled together, crying as they were watching the women talk about the trip. So yeah, it does. It stirs up all these emotions.
And you still have a group going, don't you? A WhatsApp group that you all communicate with. So it seems like it's just built this friendship and community that's going to last for a long time.
Definitely. And a lady came up to me after I did the speech at Grapevine, who I didn't know, saying she went to India in October, I think she said, and she said that I really captured the essence of the country and everything about it really well. So that was nice.
Well, we watched one of the episodes of Race Across the World.
Yes.
And they were in India, and that brought back a few memories, didn't it?
Oh, definitely. Well, you saw the madness of the traffic.
Yeah, and the tuk-tuks and literally going any direction they possibly can. The odd cow walking across the road. I mean...
Yeah, exactly what it's like. And I was really blown away how many friends of mine booked as well. It was really lovely. Cindy said to me, there's only a few spaces left. I was like, oh, really? And yeah, it all got sold out and fully booked. In fact, they could fit an extra table in, which was nice. So that was really, really lovely. My heart was full of love.
It's almost like people wanted to hear you.
Well, almost, yeah. And then a few of us couldn't just leave it there, obviously. So we went to Hogan's and enjoyed a few drinks. But I was quite sensible. I left when you finished work. I thought if I arrange it that PJ picks me up when he's finished work, then I've got a reason to leave and go home and not be hungover for me going to the gym and my spinning class the next day.
I don't know why you're so proud of yourself. Didn't you tell me that you were going to ring me and tell me not to bother? At about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, but I didn't.
You didn't.
No,
well
I
done.
didn't.
Well done, you.
Although I did insist that we went for pizza.
Yes. And more than insisted. You were not taking no for an answer. We went to a pizza place and it was shut.
I know. We went to Provo that do the best pizza and it was shut. So I said, let's go to Domino's. And we're not doing that again, are we?
No. It wasn't the best experience. It took a long time for the pizza to be made, which I don't understand because, when you go to Provo... Normally when I've gone after a rehearsal or after a board meeting or something, I go there and I order a glass of wine. So I sit down while the pizza's been made, and invariably, like 5 minutes later, the pizza's out, and I'm sort of, oh shit, I've got a glass of wine that I need to finish here. Whereas Domino's is the opposite.
I could have had a bottle whilst I was waiting for the pizza. You said it was literally half an hour from when I went in and ordered. And they weren't busy this time. The first time I went in there, they were packed.
And they weren't that friendly and that attentive, were they? They're sort of a bit stroppy. So there's lots of places that need money and like our money, and we would rather give it to them.
Yes, definitely. So Provo, you need to start opening on a Wednesday, because that was the issue. They don't open on Wednesdays, apparently, which we didn't realise.
I'm glad we didn't do your other suggestion then, which is go back a little bit later to see or hang around until they're open.
Yes, exactly. I sometimes mention interesting interviews that I do on the radio during the week, and this week I had the pleasure of interviewing Jeffrey Deaver, who I've interviewed a few times, who's a very prolific American author. He's been writing a series for quite a while now. The first book in the series was called The Bone Collector, which was made into a great film with Denzel Washington.
Oh, I remember
and Angelina
that.
Jolie.
Yeah, that's a great film.
Really
Serial
good
killer
film
that was, yeah.
Well, he wrote the book, and he's brilliant, and it was lovely chatting to him, whether he's just a really nice man and knows the right things to say, or whether he really did remember speaking to me before a few years ago. I'm not too sure. But either way, it was lovely, and it felt like he knew who I was, which was really sweet.
Well, you're memorable.
Well, thank you. Thank you. In a good way, I
For
hope.
all the right reasons.
The quiz was fun at the Hogan stand on Thursday night. There was a lovely couple there who'd got in touch with me, Sandra and Graham. Big shout out to them, because Sandra particularly is a fan of our podcast.
Hello, Sandra. Hope you're well.
Yeah, so they came to the quiz for the first time, and we paired them up with Aoife, Maeve and Adrienne, and they all had a lovely time together and had lots of connections, being Irish, because Sandra's from Dublin. Graham is from London, and we found out that he's from where you are, Croydon and Palace, and oh my goodness, unbelievable.
Lots of connections.
Amazing.
Talking about interviews, it's one that you mentioned that you did quite a while ago, but we're watching are we still in the middle of it? The TV programme about the girl that's gone missing.
Oh yeah, the missing child one.
What's it called?
What is it called?
The Stolen Girl?
The Stolen Girl!
Yes.
Well done, that's exactly what it's called.
And you sort of thought vaguely that the story was familiar. And then when you saw the credits at the end, you realised that it's from someone that you interviewed.
It's based on a book called, what's it called now? Babysitting or something like that. Can't remember what it's called, but it's a different title by an author called Alex Dahl, who I've also interviewed a few times, so that was nice.
Yeah, it's a great story though, isn't it?
It's a great story.
Gripping.
We're really enjoying it. Lots of twists and turns. And just going back to the quiz, one of the subjects, so the wild card round, was all about tea, because at some point this week was International Day of Tea. And I asked a question, and the answer was masala chai. So it was about...
It's what, a literal meaning of spiced tea.
Mixed spiced tea.
Mixed spiced tea.
Was the literal translation, which is masala chai. And quite a few teams put chai, because often when you see it on menus, it just says chai.
Yeah, we put chai latte, I think, because we couldn't...
Right.
And I know masala to me is a sauce, so I didn't really associate it with spice.
Garam masala.
Yeah, of course it is. Mixed, yeah.
Yeah, so masala chai. So the next day when I met Dad for brunch at Pandora, I knew that they had masala chai tea on the menu. So I ordered one and put it up and said, I'm just enjoying my masala chai tea on ice. If you know, you know.
Was it good?
It's really nice. Yeah, it's lovely. Because it's all flavours that we like. It's all those spices like cinnamon and really nice. And I like it cold, actually, on ice. It was lovely.
Very good. I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh, well, I'll have to introduce you to it. Rehearsals are going well for Lark in the Park. The posters have been released now, so we can put that when we share on social media our snippet of the podcast, so you can see the posters for both Lark in the Park, advertising the whole event, including our choir, the Del Sol Singers, that will be singing. The choir run by Karen Danzig, who's also an amazing singer herself. She's going to be doing a set. And, of course, we're doing the Valhalla fashion show, which is a comedy, total piss take of a fashion show in Marbella.
And we are the compares.
We are the compares, yes. It's very funny. You're still on a bit of a high from the Palace win.
I keep watching videos, and I mean, they keep popping up on my feed now, because obviously the more you watch, the more the algorithm says, oh, let's give him more, let's give him more. So I'm just watching it all the time. And yeah, I really am on quite a high. And we had a board meeting on Wednesday for the theatre. And Janet, who's one of the board members and also one of our members in the quiz team.
And a Palace fan.
She is sort of, because her family are season ticket holders. So through them, she's a Palace fan.
Yeah.
And how amazing are her family? They got me a semi-final programme and sent it over. So I now have a Crystal Palace semi-final programme. And they've also bought me one, which hasn't got here yet, the last day of the season, which was a real sort of FA Cup bumper edition of the programme. So yeah, I've got another one on its way. So thank you guys so much. It's so kind.
And I have to say, I've never seen a programme like it. I mean, you know, when you go and see some events and the programme's basically one piece of paper folded in half with a little bit of information and a few adverts. This is like a full-on magazine with articles and stuff. It's amazing.
Football programmes have always been like that.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
really
I used to.
Cool.
So I used to go to a lot of Crystal Palace games, and I had boxfuls of programmes, and I think they might have been cleared out by my parents, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Rather than go in the loft, I think they got rid of them. And there were some that were signed and all sorts of things, and some real good ones in there, but anyway.
And something which was ever so funny, bizarre coincidence. So last week's pod, I mentioned a few different interviews that I'd done, one of which was Emma Cowell, who is the sister-in-law of Simon Cowell, and I've interviewed her every year with her books set in Greece. And I tagged her because I'd talked about her on the podcast, but also as part of the video for the podcast we threw out last week had stuff to do with Crystal Palace, because obviously we were talking about that. And she messaged me, seeing that I tagged her, and said, oh, still, getting over the Palace win. And I was like, you're a Crystal Palace fan? She said, oh, yeah, me and my family have been season ticket holders forever, and I couldn't believe it. What a bizarre coincidence.
I know.
She's also from where you're from, Croydon area, and yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
They're everywhere.
We have more than one supporter. And there was me thinking I was the only one.
I know, we could almost name 10 now, couldn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting there. Brilliant. I wanted to pass on some nice information about a hospital, which is good to do. I visited a friend of mine, Marianne, who's in Hospiten, which is a private hospital towards Estepona, which is where I had my operation.
Yes,
about
you know
10
it
years
very
ago.
well.
So I know it very well. But I asked her what the food was like, expecting her to say, hospital food, because traditionally, not just there, I mean anywhere, is generally pretty bad. And she said it was amazing. She said you get a choice of starter and main course, you get 2 cooked meals a day, She said she's had these couscous dishes, pasta dishes, Caesar salad, all different types of soup. Really lovely food, and I thought that was really great to hear.
I'm going to see if they're on booking.com. Could book in a night or two.
Oh, don't say that. That's not funny. But yes, Marianne, I wish you well. She's doing a lot better, and hopefully will be coming home in the next couple of days.
Yes,
So
hope you're doing well.
Yes. Talking of food.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Bye.
No. We did an 8-course tasting menu, not went for one, but hosted one at our house for our friends Aoife and Maeve. A taste of Thailand, and then in brackets, and Southeast Asia.
Yes, so countries that it included were Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam and Indonesia. Mm-hmm. And it was epic.
It was, even if we do say so ourselves.
So we started with spring rolls 2 ways, didn't we?
Yep, so we had a Vietnamese spring roll, which isn't cooked.
It's cold in rice paper with mint in.
Yep, and a prawn and lettuce. And then we did a Thai spring roll, which is cooked, so fried.
Yeah, so that was our duo of spring rolls. Mm-hmm. And then we did, I've got to try and remember all the different things that we did.
I've written it down.
You go for it then.
Thai fish cake. Do you want to elaborate?
It was fish cake and it was Thai style.
An Asian salad.
Which I made a very nice dressing to go with, and I sort of made it up on the fly, but I still needed
salad dressing.
It still had to have the Dijon mustard. I don't think you can do a salad dressing
Thai,
without. No, but you do that. Then the other things I put in there were Thai, bit fish sauce and lime and things.
Yeah, gorgeous. Spicy Thai chicken wings with a satay sauce.
Twice fried to give them the crispiness.
Really good. Slow cooked Indonesian pork.
Yeah, that was done in the slow cooker for just over 2 hours, but and then reheated the following day, and it just fell apart.
Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, we've got some more of that tonight.
Oh,
yeah, how exciting.
Cambodian beef with a rice ball.
Yeah, so the Cambodian beef is just a piece of steak, but marinated overnight in lots of different sort of spices and things. And then I actually cooked some risotto rice, more than it should have been done, let it cool down, and then rolled them into balls, and then deep fried those balls, and then tossed them in desiccated coconut.
Oh, hello. Really good. And then we made it, we didn't make, you made a Thai green curry.
Because you thought we wouldn't have enough food, so I went out and got a chicken breast and made Thai green curry to go with it as well.
Oh, it was really good. And then we did this one together, grilled bananas with a coconut caramel sauce.
Yes, I wonder why my lips are sore, and I think it's from tasting the caramel sauce, because it's absolutely boiling hot, and it just sticks to your lips.
Yeah.
And I think it could have been done a little bit more, to be honest. I've never made caramel, and I think I didn't take it brown enough.
Right, okay.
So it's just like sticky sugar syrup.
And how many supermarkets did you go to? So I did most of the shopping on the Friday, and I went to 4 supermarkets to get almost all of the ingredients. The main thing that I couldn't find going to those 4 supermarkets was bean sprouts, which we wanted for the
salad and the spring rolls.
Yeah.
So
you don't need to name them all.
I'm not going to name them all because we'll be here for a long time.
Yeah.
But the only thing I couldn't get was the bean sprouts. Mm. And I think I went to 12 different supermarkets.
That sounds unbelievable, but he did talk me through them. You literally went to 12.
And I found them in the 12th.
Just say where you found them, just in case local people are wondering.
Supercore. If you want bean sprouts, Supercore or El Corte Inglés, but that's a Hypercore, which supplies all the Supercores.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had them there sitting on the shelf in front of me. Nice big packet of bean sprouts.
But it was worth it. I think it went well. The girls really enjoyed the food because they lived in Bangkok, so we knew they like Thai food and spicy food and things like that, and we do, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we loved it. And we've got, for various Christmases and birthdays for you over the years, I've bought different types of plates and serving bowls and things like that, so each course was served on a different plate or bowl, which is nice.
Yes, so we're taking bookings. Anyone want to come round?
We're very expensive.
Yeah, exactly. It's €150 per person, excluding wine.
Yeah. Oh, imagine. I'd love to do that. Not with strangers. Well, no, you see, you can't charge people you know, can you?
No. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we'll send you the bill, girls. But no, there's a part of me that would like to do that just as a little pop-up. But in our house is a bit... You don't know if you want to invite strangers into your home, do you?
No.
And therefore, when it's people you know, it feels a bit weird
They
charging
might
them.
be serial killers and we might be tied up in the basement.
Yeah, exactly. You wish.
Well, it happens on TV. Could happen to us. Talking of TV, we've just watched another one. What was it? 0 Day.
Oh, yeah, 0 Day. 0 Hour.
0 Hour.
0 Hour, which was Robert De Niro. That was really good. Really enjoyed that. Only 6 episodes.
Yeah, edge of your seat stuff, that one,
Yeah.
for sure.
Loved that. Looking at a couple of articles in the Sur in English, there was one about Marbella FC, who have saved themselves from relegation by beating Antequera 2-0.
Yeah, it was a last-minute saving of the club. So they won 2-0, but it wasn't in their hands. There are other teams that were playing, and one of the teams that were expected to win lost, which meant that Marbella was saved. So
Okay.
they didn't know that, and they were very disappointed at the last whistle, thinking, right, that's it, we're going down. And then a ripple of whatever went around the club as they started to get the results coming in, and then that turned to jubilation, and then they all invaded the pitch, and apparently they jumped onto the pitch and then lifted the manager up in the air and all sorts. So yeah,
wonderful.
amazing. So well done, Marbella FC.
We've got a few football stories, actually. The next one is a bit negative. There was a piece in the Sur talking about Tottenham fans vandalising the streets of Bilbao on Tuesday night, smashing up traffic lights, pulling them off and then stamping on them and smashing them. I mean, what is wrong with people?
Oh, it has to be British fans, doesn't it, that get in the press. They're not the only hooligans. Believe me, there are hooligans from all different countries. It's just that I don't know why we always manage to do it in an important game that's got lots of coverage and, yeah, cause havoc, basically. It doesn't give us a good name, does it?
No, it really doesn't. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing, and it just makes you wonder what is wrong with these people. Why, have a drink, have a good time, have a bit of banter, but you don't need to get into fights and you don't need to vandalise cities. Like, it's just stupid behaviour.
And we've just seen the complete opposite of that. So Crystal Palace were playing Liverpool today in the last game of the season at Anfield. And even my eyes were welling up just watching this. So the whole ground was just singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," like in unison. It was so loud.
It was so
But as the
powerful.
players came on, they gave each other like a what do you call it?
Clap.
No, not. They didn't give each other the clap. No.
You're
No.
mimicking clap. I'm like, well, that's
so
the
they
word.
all stood in a line to clap each other because obviously Liverpool have won the league and Crystal Palace won the FA Cup. So they did that to each other, and they all came on, which looked like their children as well. So they had those as mascots, and it was a great atmosphere. And even when Palace took the lead, Liverpool fans were clapping and still dancing because we both won what we needed to do this season.
Yeah.
So it's a real party atmosphere. That's what football's about.
Yeah,
That's what it should be about, and that's how it should be all the time.
It's because it didn't matter.
Yeah, but it's
isn't
still-
it, unfortunately.
It can still be competitive, but I'm not saying you're going to do that every game because
No,
it is
no.
competitive, but at the same time, you don't want to be going and trashing towns.
And it was 1-1, which was a nice.
Perfect ending, I think.
Yeah.
Another piece in the Sur in English. Now, I'm going to really trip over saying this guy's name. Dean Huijsen. It's Huigsen.
J-S-E-N.
Jsen even.
Yeah.
And he's just landed a move. Houston, it could
Maybe.
be. He's just landed a move from Bournemouth to Real Madrid. So
Wow.
Real Madrid have just signed him from Bournemouth. I thought, okay, interesting, but I carried on reading it. So there's some Costa del Sol clubs that are going to benefit from this. So Malaga FC, he played there between 2017 and 2022. So they're in line under these FIFA solidarity mechanism to get 500,000 euros because of that. Also, there's another team called Juventud Torremolinos, and they'll get something like 150,000 because he played there between 2019 and 2020. Unfortunately, Marbella FC, who he was an academy player for, and he grew up in Marbella, they won't get anything because he was too young. It has to be after a certain age. But, I mean, yeah, so his whole story is that he's a Marbella born and bred player, went to the Marbella Academy. I think he's got Dutch roots, which I think you can tell by the surname.
Yes.
But yeah, well done to Dean. What
going on to
a
play for
great
Real
journey
Madrid.
from Marbella to Real Madrid via AFC Bournemouth.
A bit like me.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, nice one. Well, that is it from us. Hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.